Hello, everybody. This is Steve, the Independent Patriot, and it's been a while since I've been online and posting. Mainly, just been very busy, but I wanted to talk today about manufacturing and the resurgence of manufacturing in the United States, also the resurgence of energy production, and really bright future for the United States in both arenas, which is really important for us as a country as well as us as citizens. So the first thing I've noticed where I work, which is a very large Fortune 50 company, I've noticed that the jobs are back, even though manufacturing is a little slow in my particular industry. I see new models coming out very strongly right now, and I see that there are a lot of positions opening for those who want to work in my field in manufacturing engineering, process engineering. I've been in this field now for almost 30 years, and I've worked in a lot of different companies. I've worked all over the world. I've traveled to Japan, traveled to Germany, Belgium, Holland, and Canada, and I've seen a lot of different manufacturing facilities. I've worked within a lot of different companies, both union and non-union shops. And I've seen a lot of different ways of doing things, first of all. But mainly what I've seen is different administrations and how those administrations treat manufacturing in the United States as a whole. And I have to agree that the Obama administration and the second Bush administration were not friends of manufacturing in the United States. They felt that manufacturing needed to move out of the country, and that we need to invest solely in administrative and computer technology and things like that. And I have to disagree because that would be leaving a lot of the country behind in terms of jobs and ability to grow out of poverty into good paying jobs and to transitional jobs into something more technological. It's difficult to go straight from from being on out there and moneyless and jobless and homeless, and not that I've been there, but and then move into a technological job. You have to in the United States at least get a university degree in a technical type of degree, or you have to get into the trades like mechanical, electrical, things like that. And the trade jobs are the luckily our colleges, our junior colleges and our community colleges have filled that gap. But there's not enough people interested in that field. They prefer to stay in administrative. It feels like it's easier. That's one thing about the United States and our citizens right now is I feel like we're a little too worried about work, about hard work, I should say. Work is what you make of it, what you decide it is to you. And I think manufacturing work is just as demanding as any other work out there, and it takes just as much brain power to get through the day. And there's plenty of technological requirements to working in manufacturing in this day and age, as people like to say. I think the Trump administration has done a wonderful job at adjusting regulations and deleting regulations, and in order to allow for a better corporate well-being here in the United States, give more incentives to corporations so they can bring back work. And we are now I guess he said we have added so many jobs to our economy. It's we have 10,000 new factories where we had lost something like 50,000 factories over the last two administrations, and that's amazing. That's awesome. I was very much struggling to find jobs in Michigan when I moved to Mississippi over 15 years ago during I guess that's the Bush administration, and I was shocked that I had to do that, and that it was that this every time we had a downturn, it was more and more difficult for the upturn afterwards. And but this upturn we've had since 2009 has continued, and I believe that the reasoning is that because we're bringing more and more jobs and more work and more corporations in the United States. So, I mean, this is very, very important. And I have to agree with, I mean, you see also not just more jobs in the United States and in factories and technological corporations as well, like computers, but also that we see new models of vehicles coming out. We see electric vehicles. We see innovation on the electrical vehicle side across all the car lines, all the corporations. And this was, of course, forced by the disruptor, the great Tesla Corporation, and by Nissan, the Nissan Leaf as well. I mean, Tesla certainly had some trouble finding a combination that could beat the Leaf. I think the Model 3 is a very strong contender. The Leaf is very strong as well. And by the way, the Leaf has sold more vehicles still, electric vehicles, than any other at this time, as I believe. I have to look at my facts on that. But the innovation is very positive. I don't think we'll ever get rid of fully get rid of gas engines for another 50 years because it takes so long, first of all, to a lot of people want to have antique cars, first of all, but also some people need gas engines for what they're doing. Now, electric engines do a lot of great things, but it does take time at this point to charge them, and perhaps that charging time will come down, but it isn't yet. It's so much faster for long haul distances to use gasoline engines at this time, and of course the infrastructure is already there. Electric charging stations are there, but they're still not as easy to use, not as prevalent. You really have to search for them. You have to plan for it. Tesla's done a good job of providing maps. I think Nissan has something just like it. So there's a lot of positives out there for the electric vehicle industry, and I think it's a very exciting time to be in manufacturing, being in automotive, and anyone out there who is thinking about that type of job, I definitely encourage you to look at manufacturing as a viable option in your career. At this time, there's so many opportunities right now, and it's a great place to learn and grow. And if you then choose to move on to something more like, I don't know, space, satellite manufacturing, or SpaceX or something like that, then hey, automotive or manufacturing in general is a great place to start and a good leaping point towards going into the space race and the space age, which is, I think, upon us here. Well, that's it all I have for today. Kudos to our President Donald J. John Trump, all his efforts. He is promoting all of us, and we appreciate his strong leadership, and have a great day.